Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, cause Commander's number one. We are here with Slothy. We've lost Sherman, but we have a great guest to replace. We've got Emery. Emery, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing good. I get to talk about one of my favorite decks. I couldn't be better.
Yeah, you told me about this deck a little while ago, and you said, "Hey, I you guys are the place to do it. You guys like a theme." So we talked about it. We talked about it. We said you got to come over. If you like lore, this is like a deck grounded kind of like in the lore of Magic, and it's a fun one. But first, Emery, where can people like find your stuff? Who are you? For anyone who doesn't know.
So I go by Spell Piercer. I'm on Instagram for spellpiercer_art. I do magic altars and I do proxies as well. So you can go and check me out on there. I do some gameplay with the Rogue's Passage, and we've done some with the 99 as well too. So we've had some fun decks that I've played. A lot of them are typically weird, kind of quirky decks with some kind of sub-theme that makes it not as good. But that's what I like to build around. It makes me happier to play a deck with a theme than just a deck that does the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this deck was born, too. It used to be Emery, Lurker of the Loch, great artifact deck. Turned into Urza when he came out. Was too good of a deck. And then I just kept feeling, I'm doing the same thing over and over. It doesn't matter what the commander is. I get bored when I'm playing something that's the same thing all the time. So this one, I was like, if we add a theme to it that I get excited about, I'll want to play it all the time and I'll never get bored. So we decided on Weatherlight.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you like the deck? You were saying earlier that this is one you're enjoying back to back.
Mm-hmm. I have so much more fun playing this deck because it has a theme, and I get to, every time I cast a card, go, this card, I love this character. I love the story that has, something behind this character. It just makes me happier to get to sit down and play this deck rather than, any other Sisay deck. You kind of go into it knowing what to expect. And this is don't worry, it's not that kind of a Sisay deck.
Yeah. There's no shrines. Believe me, please.
Yeah, believe me, please.
You got to trust me. Yeah, they all have shrines.
Yeah. And this deck is especially fun because a good third of the deck is cards that are painfully middling, I think is the term I would use. But they all fit the theme, so they all must stay.
I love playing horrible cards, but it's a flavor win to get your horrible cards off.
It at least makes me feel good about it.
Yes. And Slothy, how are you?
Oh, not too bad. Glad to be inside. I'm not sure if the snow has stopped yet, so...
Yeah, it is middle of May, snowing outside.
It
happens every May long.
We love Alberta.
It still has not reached over to me yet. I was just I didn't say in the first one, like I said, I was driving the whole time. I borrowed my brother's car, and I was telling everyone this story, and I have to reiterate this. I'm too stupid for smart cars. They like it's one of the new electric cars. Everything's like on a tablet, and I'm too dumb for that kind of stuff. It was quite the adventure. I was sitting there trying to turn, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good. So I'll stick to my dumb old just truck. That's just you looked at me and probably pegged me as a guy who rides in a truck. You're right. It's the right one. I gotta. Yeah, I'm too big for a little smart car, but not smart car, electric car. Yeah, my smart car Mustang. I took my brother's nice car. It was pretty fun to drive, but yes, I'm good. I'm finally not there, and this week because this will be next week's episode. But for everyone listening, it's this week's episode. You guys will get it. You'll understand. It's it's present and past, a little infinity loop. You get it. We're on break next week, so that's why we're doing another double one. So we'll be nice. Hopefully no snow. Hopefully maybe camping. We'll figure it all out. Before I jump into this one, I want to say, if you want any of these cards, because Emery's got some nice fancy cards in here, go over to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT99. It's going to get you a discount at your checkout. It's going to be wonderful. Go follow Emery everywhere. She's a wonderful person. Emery does great stuff and amazing artworks. Emery did some of my shrines. She did my Sanctum of All. It's beautiful. You should go get altars from her. Yeah, Emery stuff is great. Amazing artist. If you want any of these cards, though, like I said, go over by them there. If you want fancy places to put them, go to nerdgear.ca. Again, promo code IT99. It's going to be your best place for sleeves, play mats. If you're playing fancy cards, you got to put them in a nice spot, right? So Commander Essential Kit's going to get you all covered. So go over and get one of those, and then like, share, subscribe. It does help us out. Go check out the other, like Emery's other work. Go over to the Instagram pages, the Rogues Passage stuff, because they're all wonderful too. They make really great videos. And then like, share, subscribe. It helps us out. Come visit Patreon. Blah 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 blah. You guys get it. Let's talk about Sisay.
Yeah, I'm so very excited. So I think everybody knows a bit about the Weatherlight story. This is all Urza's Legacy, which we know the set name, but the Urza's Legacy is a bunch of artifacts that he created to essentially fight the Phyrexian invasion. It was like his main goal throughout the entire main storyline of Urza's Saga, and we have all of them in this lovely Wooburg deck.
Yeah. He was kind of a hater to the Phyrexians.
A little bit of a hater to the Phyrexians. Kind of not a great guy in general.
Little genociding in it, you know.
The guy, you know, he brought some good friends together to fight evil. So we got good things out of a terrible person at the very least. That's
what I like about Magic is, generally speaking, because like we did on Lorebound and stuff, we talk a lot. They're all horrible people, generally speaking. They're all pretty bad people, but it's like the worst of the bad people and stuff, like just But yeah, Urza's a pretty colorful character if you've read the lore of it. I really, really like the backstory. But yeah, Weatherlight is amazing. Squeeze, one of my favorite characters that exists. The card Squeeze toy is a beautiful card. Just let the boy have his time, please. Yeah, you went through, like, I looked at this deck when you showed me it last time, and it's got some really, really cool stuff. For anyone who doesn't know, Sisay Weatherlight Captain is 2 and a white for a legendary creature, human soldier, 2/2. Sisay gets 1/1 for each color among other legendary permanents you control. And then you can pay Wooburg, search your library for a legendary permanent with mana value less than Sisay's power, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. It is a very powerful card in the command zone. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely utilize Sisay in any other Wooburg deck to grab the best possible legendaries that you need. It's legendary permanents too, so you can search for any legendary artifact or enchantment or creature.
You can
you can get pretty crazy with Sisay. In this deck, it just kind of makes it function, which is great.
It's just the Wooburg commander. Yeah, there's not much it's searching for.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It actually searches for all of the pieces that you're going to need in the deck. It makes the deck function so well because you can go and tutor for something that you need so easily. The thing that you are going to grab, however, might not necessarily be a game-winning card or a game-changing card or something that actually functions for you.
Yeah.
And I also like to play this deck in a way that kind of goes through the story a bit. So you can go and search for creatures chronologically if you would so like to.
You're assembling the crew?
I like to assemble the crew, and I like to go for and search for the Weatherlight, the Skyship Weatherlight in particular. We can go through the list, and as we get to the cards, I can kind of talk about why I put them in there and like why they're in there for the theme. But I think if we go to the Skyship Weatherlight first, we like to scroll down into this little section I have called Urza's Legacy. We can read out Skyship Weatherlight here.
Let me look here. Skyship Weatherlight. Where are we?
There it is.
It's down in the Urza section?
It is down in Urza's Legacy.
Got a lot of cards in here. Oh, Urza's Legacy. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of pieces.
All right, you read it out to us here.
So, when Skyship Weatherlight comes into play, search your library for any number of artifact and or creature cards and remove them from the game. Then shuffle your library. You can then pay 4 and tap it and choose a card at random that was removed from the game with Skyship Weatherlight and put that card into your hand.
Taking a picture
of it. Now, you may be thinking...
I'm taking a picture of it, and I'm making it a commander.
I think you should. And the reason for it is because this is not necessarily the best way to tutor for things. You might think, it's great because you could tutor for a lot of cards. You could tutor for over 30 cards if you wanted to. The more cards you tutor for, the less likelihood you are to get that card because it's randomized for what cards you get, and you pay 4 to do it. It's not great, but I love it so much. I love having it randomly come to me, and it gives you the ability to tutor for most of the other stuff in the deck except for the instants and sorceries. So you can go and get all of the different artifacts that you need. You can ramp so well for yourself that you can set up to do all of this stuff. So what I like to do is get something that'll let me get the skyship Weatherlight, which, lovely enough for us, is in the command zone.
Yeah.
Skyship Weatherlight is a legendary component. We can search for it and then search for all of the other artifacts in the deck if we so desire. And I do so desire. I like to go and search for all of the pieces of the legacy weapon, or Urza's legacy. And I'm sure you can see in that list, there's a whole lot of cards in there.
I would let's start. Let's go up to the beginning. Let's go through this category by category. You could say our story.
Well,
here. It's so much easier.
Numero uno, I think evasion should probably be at the top. Hey,
you want to do your evasion first?
Yeah, I think it's one of the better cards of the legacy weapon. So we have one single piece of evasion in the deck.
All you need.
And that's fine. We don't need it. Yeah. This one is tap. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains flying, first strike, and trample until end of turn. Now, this is an artifact that Joyra considered a piece of her heart, in a way. And this is a part of Urza's legacy as well. So it's being able to search for this card and then give one of your legendary creatures these abilities. It just makes it a little bit nicer for combat. We don't do a whole lot of combat in this deck, but you have the option, and you can tutor for it whenever you would like.
Yeah.
Underneath, I have a section for, things that protect your board, protect your creature, make sure things stay on the battlefield as well, too. We start off with, up at the top of protection, Curator's Ward, a lovely little enchantment aura. Enchanted permanent has hexproof. Whenever enchanted permanent leaves the battlefield, if it was historic, draw 2 cards. I would say a good 90% of this deck is historic, so I think that works very perfectly for us. Next, we have Gerard, Weatherlight Hero.
Emery, you got to give Slothy a turn to have cards. Let Slothy take some.
Absolutely.
Well,
I'm sure you know Gerard here.
Yeah, so Gerard Weatherlight Hero. It's 2 red and a white for a 3/3 legendary human soldier. It's got first strike. When he dies, exile it and return to the battlefield all artifact and creature cards put in your graveyard this turn to the battlefield.
That is somebody board wipes you, you're back to exactly where you need to be.
Exactly. Gerard's great to go and search for if you already have a couple of legendary creatures on the battlefield that you want to keep around. It also helps with your commander as well, too. If you have Sisay out and someone decides that they want to remove Sisay, you can have Gerard out. And then if she dies, then he comes back with her, too.
I like anti-board wipe tech.
Yeah. It's just nice to have. I mean, sometimes you would have to make sure that you have a way to sacrifice him or get him to die with her. But a lot of the time, if someone's going for a board of legendaries, they're going to be board wiping. So it just helps to stay alive a little longer. So I think I'm pretty sure that you've played Invulnerability before, Dan.
Oh, of course, yeah. I like things with Karn. We got 1 and a white for an instant with buyback. I love buyback. But prevent all damage to you from one source is great if somebody's just trying to laser you with like an Aether Flux. No.
Yep. Nope. It's just nice to have in case something happens for 1 and a white. And with Karn in the art, we gotta keep it. We love the old border look too with these. We've got Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter as well, another wonderful creation by Big Brother Urza. So that's just more artifact tech. Typically with these, the colorless spells have flash now, so you could search for something with Sisay, put it in your hand, and then flash it out if you have the mana as well. So I love doing things on other people's turn. It makes me quite happy.
Yeah.
Our
turn. Is this a hand or battlefield? I thought it was battlefield.
It goes onto the battlefield.
Oh,
but the skyship Weatherlight.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that's just for typically you're using skyship for searching for artifacts.
I would let you, if you come to play this one and we do a stream game, I will let you pair skyship Weatherlight and Sisay in the command zone. I will let you have both command zone. That they seem to work fine. You get your legendaries, you get your other. I'm all right with this. I'll allow it.
It's kind of funny you say that because I actually have a format that I built called Joust.
Go on.
And it's the same thing with Commander, but you also get a vehicle and you also get a sword or a weapon in the command zone.
What counts as a vehicle?
Anything with the vehicle typing.
What if I want my dragon to be a vehicle?
We can talk.
Dragon jousting.
Down for a conversation.
Dragon jousting. It doesn't have to be a good dragon, but dragon jousting, please.
There's lots of great decks you could do that with, and I'm always down. This would be my Joust Commander.
If it could be written, it seems like I would allow it in the Joust. That seems fun. So so what do you get? You get a legendary creature, a vehicle, and what else?
And a weapon. So just like an artifact equipment.
Nice.
So you can make it as broken as you want. You can make it as flavorful as you want. But instead of commander damage, you get 3 strikes on an opponent. So you just have to hit even 1 damage through. But you have to have both your vehicle and your weapon on the battlefield.
I like silly stuff.
So it's like regular jousting. Yeah.
I like that.
You get points.
I'm Ninja Turtles jousting for sure. I've got the Channel 6 news van, Raph Sai, and April O'Neil in the command zone, and you die.
We'll do an episode for it. We'll play some Joust.
I like it. We have Emery, which is such an annoying card. As our next one, 1/1 white, 1 white and 1 green for a 3/2 cat warrior. First strike. When Emery attacks, each opponent can block with no more than 1 creature, which is brutal. You can't block can't block sucks. And as long as Emery Weatherlight duelist attack, you can't attack with more than 1.
Mm-hmm. And I love Emery. She is part of the crew.
Yep.
Part of the crew, part of the ship. And she's great. It's really helpful to, if you don't have a whole lot of creatures out, to not be getting swarmed by your opponents.
The problem with a deck like this is I'm an annoying person. So every time I would respond to anything in a deck that's like, I would be playing like the Pirates of the Caribbean like theme song in the background. They'd be like, I'm going to board wipe. I'd hit the Flash Out Gerard theme and I'd be playing the He's a Pirate theme in the background. Yeah, I'd be insufferable with this deck. Can't let me pilot this one.
I think I'm going to have to let you pilot this one because of that.
Ahoy! I start swinging at people.
It's a ragtag group of friends on a ship, and they're all pirates. Yeah. They're all dressed like pirates too.
Yeah. Well, what's war crimes between friends? Come on.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a deck around friendship, truly.
Exactly.
Now, Slothy, how often do you see miscalculations get played?
Not entirely frequently. Like it's a couple times for sure, but
yeah. Okay. I don't know if I've ever seen a deck run miscalculation as a counter spell. At least not outside of Pauper.
Why did they draw a card like this?
Miscalculation?
Look at Card's face.
Yes. Well, I mean, not to mention the other 2 guys.
Everything. I don't.
Mind's blown.
Yeah, I would be mind blown if Card was drawn like that on any other card too. Why does he look like that?
Look at those luscious lips.
Karn is why is Karn so shredded? Why did they build it with abs?
Why not?
Yeah. It's imperative the silver golem has abs. What? Why?
You need to start playing Digimon with me now.
He's a machine. He's shred.
Then you'll understand.
Just trust me, please.
Yeah.
You're making him out of silver. This isn't financially reasonable.
Sculpt up to here.
Sculpt it, please.
More muscle.
You're bankrupting us, Urza, please.
It's a beautiful card. It's a counter spell. I think it's the only counter spell in the deck.
Let's go, my kind of deck.
You don't need more than 1. It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to protect your board. You just got to keep building bigger.
Yeah.
We've got underneath here. We've got Rap Capuchin. We love Raph. Beautiful boy. He was also a part of the Weatherlight crew, and he gives your historic spells flash. So again, doing stuff on other people's turn. You typically generate a good amount of mana. You can tutor for all of the artifacts that you want. So being able to cast more historic spells off your turn, beautiful thing. We love interrupting someone middle of what they're doing.
I like seeing the Weatherlight story through the cards and stuff.
Yeah, it's quite nice. A lot of them will have like flavor texts and stuff at the bottom as well too. Even some of the artifact lands have Thran flavor text at the bottom too.
That's cool. Like I play Respite in a ton of decks. Like Slothy, you take Respite in a sec here, but like I didn't know that was the Weatherlight there. But it makes sense obviously when you look at the flavor text of it, but like I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Slothy, tell us what it does.
That's 1 and a green. It's an instant. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn, and you gain 1 life for each attacking creature.
It's a good fog.
Yeah.
It's a good fog. There's so many different cards that do something similar to this. Respite happens to have the Weatherlight in the art.
Yeah.
We popped it in. It's really nice, again, like when you are just kind of going for creatures, going for funsies, and people are swinging at you. If they swing with enough, you can gain the life and just kind of hold off for a couple of turns. It's really nice tech to have in something like this where you spend a lot of your time taking long turns that don't get you very far.
I like it. I like the dirtle.
It's my favorite. Yeah.
I don't like to win the game when I can win the game. So this is like the perfect kind of deck for me where I'm trying to get to a place like assembling your legacy weapon. You're getting all of the artifacts. Like I'm going to search for friendship. Leave me alone and we won't have a problem.
That's exactly. This deck is searching for friendship.
Yeah. We have a Squeeze Embrace. Is that Sisay in the art?
I can't remember if that's Sisay, but I believe that is Sisay in the art.
I know it's Squee in the art.
It's Squee in the art hanging on to her. I believe that is Sisay in the art with her hair down.
Yeah. It is a red and a white for an enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets 2/2. When enchanted creature is put into a graveyard, return that creature to its owner's hand, which is great.
It's beautiful. And he's holding on for dear life.
Yeah. Please.
Our sweet boy. Our sweet Squee. It's just a great enchantment. It also helps, as you can see, the pips up at the top. The deck doesn't always have a whole lot of red. Red and black is something that it's kind of lacking. So Squeeze Embrace is a perfect add for that. A nice little enchantment there. Giving in +2/+2, and you can bring stuff back. Good protection for it.
Where do we head to now?
Well, we've got removal underneath, which is kind of the opposite side of the coin, I guess, for the protection. Ways to get bad things off of the battlefield, to remove the evil of the world.
Go back to my grid and get over here. You start us off with our removal.
We have a favorite card of mine, Capsize. This was actually one of the cards that I've played for so long that I love so much because it has the Weatherlight in its art. It's just a beautiful art. We've got the nice old border for it as well, too, because it's Capsize. The buyback 3, of course, we've got a couple buyback cards in here. It's just so handy to have if you have a bunch of mana and not a whole lot to do with it. You can just return target permanent to its owner's hand and then buy back 3 at the same time so that you have that card for future interactions. Yeah. And what a beautiful art that is. It just makes me so happy.
I do like a lot of these. This Disenchant version is really cool. Disenchant's our next one. 1 and a white, destroy target artifact or enchantment. It's got the flavor text when they're dealing with the slivers. The swarms seem unmoved by the artificial slivers' destruction. They clearly were not the leaders. Hannah cursed. I guess we'll have to do this the hard way. Mm-hmm. That's very cool. It's some cool artwork and it's cool flavor. Again, and if you're not reading the flavor text on things, you often don't know who's who and what's what. But that's a cool disenchant.
That's Hannah. Yep. Hannah kicking Phyrexian butt. If actually they don't seem to have a butt, but kicking some Phyrexian face.
I think those are the slivers.
Oh, 100%. That is a sliver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the
they were beefing with everyone. Slivers, Phyrexians, his brother.
Urza had a lot of haters.
Brother
for
Urza
very
chill.
Good reason.
Urza chill.
Yeah, they did make a whole lot of enemies, huh?
Right.
Now, the next card that's coming up, you might look at it.
Before you say this, I would love to watch a show about the Weatherlight Saga alone. I would love to watch that as an animated story.
Mm-hmm. I think they were saying they're doing a magic show for Netflix or something.
Yeah, but that'll be just.
I wish it was Urza's legacy.
That's already there. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles New York. That's the new magic story.
That's true.
It's all of the Marvel movies. Yeah. Spider-Man,
Mhm.
no Far From Home. Wow, this magic
That's
test
true.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, they've actually grossed a lot of money, actually, if you think about it. All those Marvel movies for Magic the Gathering.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Magic on Crunchyroll. It's just nonstop. It's Avatar. What are you watching? Just Magic the Gathering. This is Avatar. Yeah, but
Yeah. Well, same
Close
universe
enough.
now.
yeah, right. Please, Emery, you take our next one.
Now, you might look at this card and say, that's not a homie of the Weatherlight. He was. He was homie of the Weatherlight until he Judased them. Urtai, Resurrected, is a pretty nice removal thing. When he enters the battlefield, choose up to one counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. Its controller draws a card. Or destroy another target creature, planeswalker, its controller draws a card. A lot of this, it's not just to hate on your friends. A lot of it is for that lovely, sweet text box up in the right corner of the pips of mana. We needed more black in this deck. Urtai was a part of the Weatherlight. We are popping him in. He is a bad guy. He's a bad guy. He did terrible things to our good friend.
Yeah. I might make an Urtai deck. I'm looking at the screen, and I'm simple-minded, and I'm seeing Capsize and Bounce, and I'm seeing Urtai,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking that I'm just gonna make a deck. I'm just gonna tell people I'm playing a group hug deck, and then I'm just gonna counter everyone's spells, but they get draw. This is my group hug.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's funny that you've said that. I used to have an Urtai deck.
Was it group hug?
Um,
Who here wants to draw cards? I'm trying to help everyone out.
I guess it depends on your perception of the word group hug.
It's group hug adjacent.
Group hug adjacent. Yeah, it was something like that. Not fun. Had to take it apart. Not because everyone else was begging me not to play it, but because I was feeling bad.
That's my favorite kind of decks is when you're just like, I shouldn't play. That's me every time I play Toxrill. I still feel bad about playing Toxrill with Brady. Broke my heart.
When you counter someone's third spell in a turn for the third time, for the third turn in a row, it starts to be where it's like, oh, no one's actually playing the game except for me. And I'm making the game not happen.
I blink Urtai. Well, that's the thing, because I'm already, like I said, I'm already brewing this deck in my head. It's already happening. I'm bringing all
Capsizing Urtai.
Yeah. Well, all of the blink, all of the return to hand, so I can keep flashing it, but also all of the annoying, like, not dead yet cards. I've been having so much fun building like just annoying commanders with those return. They have to stop printing these like 1 damage when this creature dies cards, because I don't play interaction pretty much ever, but I do play annoying stuff all the time. And yeah, you can't give me 1 mana, bring it back, like feel safe cards. Like I said, you gotta start punishing me for not playing commander stuff. Bring back the tuck rule, and we'll see how my deck building changes.
100%. I would be very interested to see that. And I welcome your Urtai deck. I will play this deck against it and try to beat him out of existence.
Yeah, Urtai's a bad guy. He deserves it. Speaking of Urtai, we've got Urtai's Meddling. It's X and a blue. It's an instant interrupt. When target spell successfully cast, put X delay counters on it. X can't be zero. It's annoying. It's really funny. During each upkeep of that spell's cast, remove a delay counter. So you basically you just like suspend their, give or take, you suspend their cards.
Yep, it's a kind of nice little thing. It's like, it's inevitable. It's going to happen, but give me a couple turns to do something before you do it.
That's also cool artwork. The Weatherlight's a cool design
nice.
ship.
It really is. I love that kind of like old fantasy pseudo sci-fi. It just makes me much happier than if it was like a spaceship.
Is the next card we have, is that Tangrath Joyra Sisay Karn?
It looks like it.
You'll notice, by the way, Karn has not hit the gym in this picture and looks normal.
Yeah, he's pretty normal. No like luscious plump lips.
Yeah, like what did they do to Karn in that artwork? Like
But it's still like, I gotta be honest, it's not a flattering photo still.
Not great. Karn looks like he's starving.
He's got this
one extreme or the other.
Yeah. It's just basically every Karn picture so far on the list has been, it looks like somebody trying to draw Karn from memory.
Yeah.
Without a reference
like,
picture. It's just like, can you draw Karn? It's like, yeah, I got this, don't worry.
Medieval pictures of cats where it's just like,
I love seeing those. You could draw a cat, right? Yeah. Give or take.
Yeah.
Have you seen those, Slothy?
I think so, yeah.
Oh man, it's good.
Poor Karn. poor Karn. It's just another counter spell. You do have to have very specific colors. Good thing we have Wooburg.
Yeah.
And then the last for those, the blast. We needed the blast.
You gotta have the blast. That's what I would tutor every time.
Yep. It's a great card to be able to maybe not win the game, but solidify a bit more of a chance of winning the game. If you have all legendary spells out, this would get rid of the pieces of the legacy weapon, unfortunately. But honestly, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's generally you win when you cast this card if you're playing this. Like then in like you put this in a Joda deck, bad times. You play a Joda deck, bad times.
Mm-hmm. And I have a Joda deck that is probably one of the worst things that have ever existed. And that's what created the desire to play this deck, is to have something that was Wooburg, that was fun to play, that didn't make people go, okay, but I have to take you out before you just combo off and do your thing.
Yeah, true. Joda's too strong. You can't leave Joda alone.
Yeah, watch me do my thing and get all of the things I want and not be able to kill anybody.
True. What section you want to run to next here?
Well, we have some other stuff up in draw, which are just good cards. I mean, if we're looking at all of these cards and we can't draw the cards, what good is the deck going to be? So up in draw, we have Simple Artificer's Assistant. Now, it's funny, this card doesn't actually have specific lore. People speculate that it is one of Joyra's assistants, because Joyra has an affinity to have birds. She has her
familiar and stuff.
The owl, the familiar. Yeah. So put it in.
It's historic enough. It's fine.
It's historic. Yep.
Historic enough. You get a pass. The bird has drip.
It's got drip. It's living a good life. It's helping us.
Yeah. Whenever you cast your historic, you scry. Nice, easy way.
Yeah.
Board the Weatherlight is crazy good art.
Uh-huh. We got more Weatherlight. It's a beautiful art. We got some nice flavor text. It also just will help you search for historic.
Yeah, you look at your top 5 cards in your library, you can reveal a historic from among them, put it into your hand, the rest on the bottom. Yep.
And beautiful. Most of the deck is historic.
I was going to say pretty much everything in the deck is historic.
And then we go down to Sisei, or to Joyra. You know Joyra, right, Slothy? I'm sure you've seen Joyra get played a bunch.
Oh, yeah. I used to have a Joyra deck.
Did you? What was your Joyra deck like?
Not very good.
Really?
All the, I think I did an equipment sub-theme, and then just kind of stuffed everything I had in there.
I think that's beautiful.
Every time I see Joyra, it's just straight Cheerios deck, and then I die.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart with Joyra.
Yeah, it's
see, we don't do that here. We don't do that.
All zero drops until I eventually die and lose the game.
Ew. People build better decks. Actually, it's an arguably really good deck.
It was a good CDH deck for sure.
It's no fun though. Nobody likes to die to Cheerios. Then we go down. We've got Karn. We've got, I think, all the iterations of Karn in this deck. He doesn't particularly help with the build. He's there for the flavor. He's there for, you gotta have someone handsome to look at. Not a lot of others in this deck, so we need someone to take up the ab count.
I will say this is the 3rd iteration of Karn. It's different artwork than the other ones. Yep.
We have our beautiful Phyrexian Arena for the card draw as well. I'm sure, Dan, you've played this. Yeah. You must play Phyrexian Arena in your decks, Dan.
No, I don't play black that much. Black's my least played color in Magic.
How could you?
It's I don't know. I'm
a monster.
I'm too busy.
Well,
black scheming. You gotta, you have to have a plan. All of my black decks are like, here's Toxrill and 40 mana rocks. Everyone's like, I don't want to play that. I'm like, all right. What about Toxrill with 40 mana rocks and a Howling Mine? I'm like, all right, I guess.
All right.
I mean, I guess literally half my mono black decks or decks that even have black. Toxrill's not mono black, but it'll be all. They're all Dimir, and they're all the exact same theme of like, here's Una, Queen of the Fae, and 40 mana rocks, so I could use the. I basically every time I see mono black commanders, I'm like, I guess I'm running mana rocks. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think if you build Urtai, you're gonna have to put Phyrexian Arena in it.
Probably. It is a good card. That's Jared whooping Urza.
He is whooping him. He's whooping them. And he's in a very particular placement to potentially, which he does.
True.
He takes his head clean off.
Womp, womp, womp.
And the beautiful flavor text of an audience of one with the malice of thousands.
True.
Spooky.
It's spooky.
Spooky. We've got more Weatherlight. Isn't it beautiful? This is the stained glass versions.
Yeah.
A lot of these cards, because they're newer, they don't have old border versions. They did it with a couple of the precons and stuff from some of these decks, but I figured these were the perfect art to supplement that not having the old border.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, some of them are expensive.
True. So Wrath Weatherlight Stalwart is Azorius, so 1 blue, 1 white, 1/3 human wizard legendary, obviously. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control. If you do, draw a card. Great. And then 3 double white creatures you control get 1/1 and vigilance until end of turn. Wrath's just a fun commander in every version of Wrath.
Yep. I think that this is a beautiful commander to run as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
With Azorius, you can do anything. You can really do anything. And we love vigilance. We love not tapping our creatures.
This is my group hug stack. Please let me play. Please.
It's a normal deck, I swear.
Please, I can be normal and trusted with Winter Orb. Please.
Please build it.
True.
You know I want to see it.
We have the Weather Lights as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Slothy?
Sure. First one, just Weatherlight, 4 mana for a 4/5 legendary artifact vehicle with flying. When it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 5 cards of your library, and you may reveal a historic card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. It has crew for 3.
I like that. The Weatherlight's such good art in general. Like I said, I like the artwork on it. There's like you said, there's a section of the lands too where some of them are like the Weatherlight Crash and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are good lands.
It's just a beautiful thing to look at. Just a ship flying through the skies. Bunch of friends on adventures.
This is the kind of fantasy I like. I'd love to fly through the air in a giant, big, almost humpback whale-looking ship with big paper-looking wings. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
It's beautiful. It looks like it's untouchable.
Yeah, it's majestic.
Until it gets completed.
until it gets touched, yeah.
They tarnished my child. How could they have done this? But we had to put it in. We had to put in the Weatherlight completed as well. So we also have that. Not necessarily the best addition to the deck. Had to do it. We had to see it in all of its iterations.
What does it do, Emery? What does it do?
As long as the Weatherlight completed has 4 or more Pheresis counters on it, it's a Phyrexian creature in addition to its other types. It's a 5/5 flyer for 2, and then whenever a creature you control dies, put a Pheresis counter on Weatherlight completed, then draw a card if it has 7 or more Pheresis counters on it. If it doesn't, scry 1. So we got that draw. We've got the Weatherlight in there, and it's also helpful for if you're getting your creatures board wiped. If you have something like the other Gerard that brings them back after, you still get your die triggers. You get to draw cards. If not, you still get benefit off of them dying.
Yeah, that is a great dies trigger.
It's a good card. I figured for the 2-drop, you can search for it. After all, why not? We should have it.
That is a great anti-board wipe card. If you know what I mean. I like
just helps to benefit off of it. Get more creatures.
I don't run that enough at all in those. What section we hit?
Well, the ramp is the next part I say we should check out.
Okay.
Before we go into how the deck actually functions.
That's fair. We have our very expensive Chromatic Orrery first. 7 colorless for a legendary artifact. You can spend mana as though mana of any color, tap 4 or 5 colorless, or 5 and a tap, draw a card for each color among permanents you control. It's a great card.
We gotta have the mana. We gotta have the ramp.
It's like the best card in Sisay.
Legendary artifact. You can tutor for it with Sisay. You just gotta have to get her big enough. That's the thing. She has to be a high enough power to be able to search for it. But getting it and then being able to search for more, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, as soon as it's out, it just triggers an immediate search.
Yeah. It's you can tap it and then search again. So as long as you have the power for it, it's a twofer. We love a twofer.
Next one we got here is the Joyra Ageless Innovator, another awesome stained glass one. Blue and a red. It's a 2/3 legendary human artificer. You can tap to put 2 ingenuity counters on Joyra. Then you may put an artifact card with mana value X or less from your hand onto the battlefield, where X is the number of ingenuity counters on Joyra.
Ingenuity. We love it. Yeah, this is great. Just getting to play those artifacts, the ingenuity counters, the beautiful stained glass look.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to appreciate it. What a beautiful art.
Yeah. You have her familiar too, like you were talking about.
You gotta. It's her friend.
But the flavor text.
And you can see the Weatherlight in the back.
the flavor text is. I actually have never. I play George Familiar a lot, and I understand it's George Familiar, but I've never noticed that it was a Weatherlight in the back. That's
It is Weatherlight in the back. Yep.
I was gonna say, like, the flavor text is. You could say it was my pet project. Grow up.
See, the folks on the Weatherlight, they like to have a little fun.
Go wild in a Marvel
great workplace
movie.
Environment. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love all of the flavor text for these guys. It's just whimsy on paper. We've got Karn Living Legacy. We know Karn. He makes the tapped Power Stone token as well too.
He looks like he's been using the Power Stone. Why is he so shred again?
Abs up to here. We need someone to fill the hot boy side, you know? We got to have something good to look at.
Hey, design Karn as if he had a 1% body fat. You mean the big silver thing you're using? The big silver robot? Yeah, it's imperative that he's very sculpted.
Yeah. Listen, Urza had a lot of things going on in his mind when he
how's that going to help us how's that going to help it work harder? Work.
It's not.
This artwork, baby. Yeah.
No. We have you get an emblem with tapped and untapped artifact you control. This emblem deals 1 damage to any target. Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice to have?
It is.
If you had a lot of really bad artifacts.
It is, yeah. It is a win condition in the deck, technically.
So he's been going to the gym to make it so that he can do something good.
Also, the Power Stone tokens are great for this deck. Yeah, we have a lot of artifacts,
and making more, it just makes things work. It just works. And of course, Moxes. Don't need to go over those. You know what they do.
Yeah,
they're there for mana ramp.
Yeah, we have our Mox Amber, our Mox Diamond, our Mox Opal. Go buy all of those at House of Cards.
House of Cards.
.ca, promo code IT99. I'll split the commission with Emery. Go buy them all.
Get the fancy borders. You have to if you're building Sisay.
I will say, unplanned plug, but House of Cards does have a lot of great reserve list cards. Yeah, they do have a lot of good. If you want Mox Diamonds, they do have a great selection of reserve list cards. They are phenomenal for that. But yeah, you've got your Mox Amber, your Mox Diamond, your Mox Opal. So, pretty budget mana base. Pretty budget mana base.
We also threw in Sisay's ring to balance it out a little bit here. And you have to have
absolutely one of my favorite comments I've ever gotten on our YouTube video was I was playing Sophia Dog Detective, and I can't remember what it was, but I played something stupid like Savannah Lotus Petal Fire Diamond or Sky Diamond, something stupid like that. They're like, did this guy just use a Savannah to play a Sky Diamond?
Yeah.
I love it.
Listen, you have 1,000 commander decks.
I love it.
Do you also have 1,000 Soul Rings and 1,000 Mox Opals?
Soul Rings, yes. Mox Opals, no.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Sometimes you got to throw in a Sisay's ring.
I'm Scrooge I'm Scrooge McDuckin diving into my Mox Opals.
Yeah.
No, they're bent, please. Yeah, again, your ramp section is crazy. I do like it. I'm so used to seeing their because we build so much budget nonsense, right? So I love seeing the I occasionally still put together some pretty expensive decks, and it's nice to see. I like it. I appreciate it. We have Ramos. Ramos has got to be in there.
He has to be in there.
Yeah, because Ramos is a big part of the legacy weapon.
He is. His bones specifically.
I want them dragon bones.
We got them bones in there. And yeah, the ramp is just so convenient to having double Wooburg, double Sisay trigger.
Yeah, ramp most.
To search for something great, ramp most.
Yeah.
He ramps the most.
Yeah, 6-color dragon for 4/4 flyer. Whenever you cast a spell, you get a 1/1 counter on Ramos for each of that spell's colors, which is great. remove 5/1/1 counters from Ramos, and get 10 mana, because why not? You know how strong you know how strong 1/1 counter themes are right now? I feel like everyone has just kind of forgotten Ramos because everyone who uses Ramos, it's already in a deck. But I got some Ramos sitting over on the table there. And that's what I've been looking at, all these 1/1 theme, like all these 1/1 counter things. I'm like, I just generate, you know what I mean? Like I just put like a Hydra's growth on this thing and just get 10 mana every turn. Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
After good. All, why not? I think you deserve it.
Yeah. Take one.
We got the old border.
I'm taking 5 mana off on Slothy's team just for fun. I want 10 mana just to let it pass phase.
Yay.
Like you said, we have our Sisay's ring as well, which is again a hilarious thing on the same line as Mox Opal, but it is part. With this ring, you have friends in worlds you've never heard of. Exactly. It's just a 4 mana soul ring.
It's just a 4 mana soul ring. The fact that you can just search for Skyship Weatherlight, grab all of these in this list if you want to, and just have good consistent ramp every turn. Are you paying 8 to cast a Sisay's ring? Yeah. But you get the Sisay's ring eventually.
True. We got fancy
You're
soul
tutoring
ring.
For it.
We have fancy soul ring.
We have fancy soul ring. An $85 soul ring. But the old border, very, very nice. Dan Frazier recently found that he is not great at doing rings, but this ring is a very good version. This is a very good version that Dan did. He could work on some of his other more recent rings that he's done, but this is a great soul ring by Dan Frazier.
I like that. I was wondering. I was like, pretty sure that One Ring thing was Dan Frazier.
Yeah,
I like.
The thing is, and as an artist, I totally see looking at the original version of the One Ring and being like, that is the penultimate way of making a shiny gold ring. You could use that as a reference, but to take it and copy paste.
I was gonna say, is it not like the exact same card?
It is. It's pretty. It's, like you can see all of the same shading. He did not change any part of it. But to be like, hey, I need to reference this because this art is so good, that makes sense. But to completely steal it, anyways.
Yeah, it's
Dan, poo-poo on Dan.
True.
Poo-poo on Dan. Except this soul ring. Well done, Dan, for this soul ring. Do more like this.
Yeah, true. That is cool soul ring art.
It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And it's shiny.
We also, again, we're playing Wooburg. You got to have the Wooburg ramp. So we've got our Timeless Lotus. 5 colorless. It enters tapped, legendary artifact, which we can search for. And it taps for Wooburg.
And it's pretty quick to get out because it's a legendary artifact.
And it has Urza flavor text on it. Urza exploited nature to power his war machines. In time, nature exploited his war machines to renew itself. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, infinity cycle, beginnings, ends. You get it?
Yep. It's a beautiful thing to have something like a Timeless Lotus that is so necessary in this deck also be tied to the deck.
Yeah, the fact that it just fits the theme, great.
Yep. We love the flavor text in there. We go down to Traxos. Beautiful, beautiful Traxos. He is a 7/7 trample, so another good creature to actually have to be able to do combat damage if you need to. When he enters the battlefield, he enters tapped and doesn't untap during your untap step. He only untaps when you're casting historic spells, which is our number one, baby. We're doing that all the time. We're doing that every turn, multiple turns.
True.
So we're getting big beefy boy that can attack and can untap after combat. Beautiful. Dan, do you want to talk about our next boy?
I'm just sitting there looking. I'm like, all right. I mean, I understand why it's in the deck, but like, should it be
Traxos?
No, Trax was there. I scrolled down to the next part of the line. What are these, Emery? What are those little guys? Oh, those little guys. No. Yeah, no, Traxos is cool. I don't know too much about Traxos' piece of the lore.
So Traxos is another thing that Urza created.
That's fair. Checks out.
It's like a siege weapon.
Yeah.
So we had Traxos in there. I mean, was he a part of the Weatherlight? No. Is he a part of the lore, kind of? Yeah. Also, historic spell. You got to have at least a creature that can do something about combat. Everything else is just do more historic or ramp.
Urza's a freak,
so we got to have something.
You know this construct's got muscles.
Yeah.
Urza's a freak.
It's just a big worm of abs. Yeah, just exactly. Abs all the way down.
Hey, yeah, we're going to define its, put ab muscles on its wings. it doesn't even have wings, and wings don't have ab muscles. I said, make it. I'm Urza, baby. I'm Urza, baby. And speaking of Urza, we have Urza Lord High Artificer. We've got 2 double blue for obviously Urza, 1/4. When Urza enters, you get your 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token with this creature gets 1/1 for each artifact you control. You can tap an untapped artifact you control for blue, and then you can pay 5 and play Legacy Weapon Roulette in this deck, which is shuffle your library, then exile the top card until end of turn. You may pay that card or play that card without paying its mana cost. That's all you got to do. You got a lot of ramp. You got mana in here. Start spinning Urza and try to get those pieces out.
Mm-hmm. Just nice to have if someone is taking out Siste, you can be like, but I have something worse.
Dump 25 mana into the deck to get Siste's ring.
Yeah. For why not? And it makes me happy. And it happens all the time where I will be like doing things, 10 mana has been spent, and I'm going for like a good couple of minutes, and then I have, Siste's ring to prove for it.
I love playing nonsense roulette.
It's very randomized, but again, that makes me happy. It's more exciting to play it every time than knowing what you're tutoring for when you're tutoring for it.
True.
Now, Slothy, have you ever gotten to see Urza Lord Protector meld?
I don't even know if I've played against it.
You have to read this card out then.
It's a good card.
Urza Lord Protector. It is 1 white and a blue for a 2/4 legendary human artificer. Artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And you can pay 7, and if you both own and control Urza Lord Protector and an artifact called the Might Stone and Weak Stone, exile them, then meld them into Urza Planeswalker. Activate only as a sorcery.
Isn't that nice? One of my favorite things about this card is if you both own and control. So if someone steals both of your things, it won't work for them. And that's the kind of gatekeeping that I abide by.
What does Urza Planeswalker do? I can't find it in the list here to read it.
It should flip to the other side.
It's in the tokens and extras here. It's 7 loyalty. You may activate loyalty abilities of Urza Planeswalker twice each turn rather than only once. And he's got a lot of abilities. +2, artifact, instant, and sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 2 less to cast, and you gain 2 life. +1, draw 2 and discard a card. 0, create 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. -3, exile target non-land permanent. And then -10, artifacts and planeswalkers you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Destroy all non-land permanents.
Nuts, hey?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yep. It's one of the most satisfying things to get to meld as well, too. Because you can tutor for both of those pieces. They could be one of the first things that you tutor for if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Because he's a 3-drop, and then the Might Stone and Weak Stone, I think, is also a 3-drop. No, 5-drop. So you could search for Urza. You have 3 colors to add to Siste's normal white, or 2 colors to add to Siste's white. She's 3. She can search for the other next turn. It's just nice to have the ability to go and search for it.
Yeah.
I love melding. It's fun. It's lore.
All right, where do we head next?
So underneath you see the tokens, which are Mishra's Self-Replicator, of course. We have some Mishra's artifacts in here as well. The stuff that happened before the war that really started.
What section is this?
Tokens.
I don't even know where
Things that create
is.
tokens. Oh, I think it's just underneath ramp.
That I have recursion there. Oh, there we go. I found tokens. We're good. We got there.
Beautiful. Just a couple little babies that create some tokens that add counters on things. A lot of these are going to be stuff that make those constructs because they work with however many artifacts that we have. And that's Urza's whole dealie.
Yeah.
He loves them artifacts. Just more ways of actually getting a good board state to try to fend off your attackers or to do some damage back.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, these guys are also similar. We can go straight to recursion. And I know that you like Hannah, so do you want to read out Hannah Schiff's Navigator, Dan?
Yes, I love Hannah. It's one of my favorite commander decks that I play. It's 1 a white, a blue for 1/2, annoying card. It's a legendary creature. 1 and then the same cost, white and blue. You can return target artifact or enchantment from your graveyard to your hand. It's very annoying.
Mm-hmm. Funny enough, my Urtai deck for a while was Esper, the Esper Urtai, the worst one. And I used to run Hannah in that as well, too.
True.
Because the best way to continuously counter your opponent's spells with enchantments is to recur those same enchantments.
Yeah, that's the sacrifice one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, you can make Hannah really nasty if you want to.
You know what? I'm taking the next card too. It's
think you should.
Slimefoot and Squee, two of my favorite characters in Magic, and one of the coolest, silliest team up that could have been imagined. Is great. Slimefoot is part of the Weatherlight crew, and then just continue to grow. I love Slimefoot so much. We have a black, a red, a green for 3/3 fungus goblin. When Slimefoot and Squee enters the battlefield or attacks, you create a 1/1 green sapling. Great. Then 1 and a black, a red, and a green sack of sapling. Return Slimefoot and Squee and up to 1 target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. I love this as a commander option. I love this in the deck. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice to have for the graveyard recursion because we don't have a whole lot of the graveyard recursion in this deck. Again, one of the most important things about this card is it fills out the other colors that we require. Because to get Sisay to be big, to tutor for the stuff, you need the other colors to find it. So this being a 3-drop with the colors that we need to kind of, boost up her, it's a great first grab, Slimefoot and Squee. It really just sets you up.
Looking at this, the Hannah thing, I was going back to that one. Is she fighting Slivers again there? Because she kind of
I think she's fighting Slivers in that art. Mm-hmm. Yep. When is she not?
Hannah, chill. Chill.
She's working. She's a working girl. I never thought I'd spend my life fighting. I'm a maker, not a destroyer. But look at her. She looks like she's enjoying it.
I'm making them dead.
Yeah, making them dead.
Yeah.
The next two are also two of your favorite guys.
Yeah, I'm going to honestly probably just talk this whole section.
Just take it. Take it, friend.
Next, we have Squee, which is one of the saddest characters in Magic, but silliest because Squee's just Squee. And Squee Goblin Nabob is great. So it's a 1/1 for 2 and a red. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can return it from your graveyard or your hand. So Squee cannot die, immortal, canonically. And the smartest and only Goblin Cabin Boy aboard the Weatherlight, Squee has learned that intelligence and common sense are very different things. Matters little, however, says he has neither. They're mean to Squee.
He's vibing. He's just there for the vibe.
He is there.
He's hanging out with his friends. He's also terrified of everything. So
yeah,
he's got a lot of good beefy friends to protect him.
Next, we have Squee the Immortal. 1 double red for a legendary creature goblin 2/1. You can cast Squee the Immortal from your graveyard or exile, which is a great combo piece. Squee is obviously holding Squee's toy, a part of the legacy weapon, and one of the most adorable cards. One of the most adorable cards printed in Magic. Is very nice that Squee just loves a little toy. Squee has never wanted to be a king or a symbol of defiance against the Phyrexians. Naturally, he found himself as both.
Isn't that fun? Yeah, the way that he came out with that, he was getting tortured by our lovely friend that you were so interested in building a deck for, Urtai.
Yeah, Krovax and Urtai,
tortured endlessly.
Yeah, they gave him as a toy. That's the it's a draw card. They're talking about killing Squee endlessly in that card. Whenever opponents draw, yeah, it's in Necrosar all the time.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I know what you're talking about, though. So essentially, that lovely little toy that he has there is called the Salvation Spear. The Salvation Spear is essentially what creates his immortality, and it's also like his little pet. So he keeps it with him all the time, and that's what creates his immortality and makes it so Urtai has to punish him for eternity because he kills him. He's reincarnated and comes back alive because he's immortal, and he keeps doing it again. So and it's a long time that they do this to poor Squee until I believe Urtai messes up.
Yeah.
And misses or gets bored.
And I think that's how he dies, yeah. And
it backfires on him.
It's the card's Phyrexian Tyranny, and the flavor. It's Squee laying on the ground. It's a card whenever a player draws a card, they lose 2 life unless they pay 2. But he's Yawgmoth's reward to me. I shall kill him 100 times a day. Krovax to Urtai. They're hating.
The Magic
story is brutal.
It's sad for poor old Squee, but luckily for us, he comes out on the other side a king.
Yeah, comes out all
and
right.
gets deified because he's like, oh, I'm just going to survive this. Not like anybody else could, you know?
Yeah, simply built different.
Simply built different. And that lovely little salvation sphere, like you said, is part of Urza's legacy. It's part of the legacy weapon, which we can go to next.
The legacy weapons are our next category. Let me scroll.
It goes to, Urza's legacy is what it's under.
Oh, okay. And I'm scrolling the other way. Scroll. You got to number these, Emery. Jeez. Okay, so we start off. We've got like the bones of Ramos, like you said.
Yeah, all of the pieces of Ramos, his bones in general, are part of the legacy weapon. You have to have all of the pieces of the legacy weapon together and have specifically one gentleman there with it as well, too, who is also a part of the legacy weapon, to get the legacy weapon to fire. And they have to use it to fight against Yawgmoth specifically in his, like, gaseous cloud form.
Yeah.
So we have all of the pieces of Ramos.
Really quick,
as you can see here.
the Ramos pieces, all the bones they're 3 mana rocks to tap for a specific color, but you can also sack for another color, so they're great, like fast ramp if you need to double up on it.
Mm-hmm. They're really nice to have if you need to keep digging for stuff, or if you need the extra mana. You can search for this with the Weatherlight as well, too, because it's just an artifact, not legendary artifact. So typically I will search I will search with the Weatherlight a couple of the pieces of the legacy weapon, or the entirety of the legacy weapon, depending on how hard I want it to be to get the pieces.
I will say, if you look at the bones of Ramos and don't want to build Ramos after reading the flavor text on all of them, you're crazy, because it's like,
you're wrong.
I have Ramos. Ramos wept and there were seas. The heart, Ramos bled and there was fire. The horn, Ramos touched and there was life. Where's our next one? The skull, Ramos fell and there was night. And then Ramos smiled and there was day. Come on, how do you not build Ramos?
Doesn't that give you chills?
Let's build Ramos right now. What are we talking about?
I think you should build Ramos. The very cool thing about this deck, you could put Ramos in the command zone if you wanted to.
True.
You could just switch it around.
So I'm surprised there wasn't a Ramos in your last dragon deck, Slothy. Dragons detected.
No dragon deck in a Wooburg, or no Ramos in a dragon Wooburg deck?
No. It was Is it Adventures deck around Muddle that just happened to have 4 dragons in it?
So,
okay, that's fun.
Yeah. Dragon.
It could have 5
detected.
though.
Yeah, exactly.
It could have 5.
Put them in. So we have, like I said, we got the Ramos bones. We got Gerard, obviously, ya boy.
Yeah, he was he's our GMO baby. He was genetically modified as part of his legacy. So he has to be on board the Weatherlight for the legacy weapon to work.
Yep.
Yeah. Poor guy. Great destiny thrust upon him.
True. Also, who cut Urza's head off? Yeah,
he in the Phyrexian arena is that gentleman that is about to cut his head off. And he does so because Urza did him dirty, and so did Yawgmoth. He made a deal with him to get, was it Hannah back? Yeah. Because he loved her so. And he made a dirty, dirty deal, that dirty, dirty dog.
They're hating.
Yep. So he was like, oh, I'll cut off Urza's head to get my baby back. Didn't go so well. But luckily for him, he needed his head for the eyeballs, which are a part.
Big mistake, buddy. Part of the weapon. Needed those anyways. I would have done it for free.
Unfortunately, killing Urza was part of the plan.
yeah, Urza's head is part of the legacy weapon. We got Gerard and Gerard's Hourglass Pendant, which is an annoying card. It's 1 mana, legendary artifact, flash. If a player would begin an extra turn, that player skips that turn instead. 4 and a tap, you exile Gerard's Hourglass Pendant, return to the battlefield tapped, all artifact, creature, enchantment, and land. Put into your graveyard. It's such a good card, especially for animals like Sherman who make me sacrifice my battlefield. Nuh-uh. I'm too pure of heart for that, Sherman. Too pure of heart for those shenanigans.
As you should be. Yeah, it's nice to have the pendant just in case. I play every once in a while with people that do those shenanigans, so it just makes me happy that you can stop it if you really want to. And again, piece of the legacy weapon, very important. We've got our boys Karn. We gotta have them all. We gotta collect them.
Yeah, legacy, different arts of Karn.
Mm-hmm.
It could be. It doesn't have to be a different card. It's just different arts on everyone. Like I said, Karn's being drawn from memory. Karn Legacy Reforged. I'm convinced that this is not the same golem at this point. Just every silver golem, they're just racistly calling Karn and just referring to Karn. It's, you know what I mean? They're all drawn different. But we have Legacy Reforged, 5 mana for a Star Golem. Power and toughness equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control. Cool. At the beginning of your upkeep, you add a colorless for each artifact you control, which is a silly ability. Mana can't be spent to cast non-artifacts. Oh no! Until end of turn, you don't lose it as it empties.
It's just nice to have. Again, there's so many different colors in this that having the colorless isn't the greatest, but it helps you get more colored mana from your artifacts to cast your other creatures. So
I will say the Mirrodin Suns there, sick.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that cool?
Absolute sick artwork.
The 5 above him.
I've actually never seen this artwork of Karn, and I simply must have it.
It's not too expensive, this guy. A lot of these old border arts are really expensive, but this one, I think you can get the foil for only like $10 more than this as well.
I'm going to be honest. I'm looking at these cards that we're looking at in big, like you see them big and stuff. I don't think I like the artwork on this horn. I don't think I like that.
No,
it's Ramos horn. Yeah, I bet it is. I don't like that one bit. I believe you. And I don't like that, and I can't unsee it. What? Who's drawing this?
It's very true. That's very true. You have a point there. Yeah, it's not very. It's not very horny.
Yeah, I don't think I like that up close and personal.
Yeah.
And the flavor text, Ramos touched, and there was life. I don't think so, buddy.
Oh.
I don't think so, Ramos.
Nope.
Yeah, it's kind of like the mind vessel. I can't unsee. Thought vessel, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a couple of those that's just like, yeah, maybe not.
Have you seen the thought vessel? The inability to unsee it as the samurai starfish.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think I know exactly what one you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't unsee that one, and then I can't see Palladium Mirror. Have you ever really quickly, Emery, just on your screen, pull up the artwork of Palladium Mirror? Yeah, just humor me on this one, and tell me it doesn't. I understand the mirror, but if you look at the other side, it looks like it just looks like a little anime girl face. It's just
it does.
You can't unsee it now. Now it's anime girl Palladium Mirror.
Oh, it is. It's like turning to the side, like. Ugh.
Yeah, now I can't unsee it. Now it's wrecked Palladium Mirror for me. So we have really quickly. We've got Karn, the great creator, 4 mana planeswalker, blah blah blah. Activated abilities or artifacts your opponents can't control can't be activated. Who needs them? +1 until end of turn. Up to 1 target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact. We animate, blah, blah, blah. -2, you can choose an artifact you own from outside the game or in exile, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Easy. That's great. Cool piece of recursion for people getting rid of things.
Mm-hmm. It also, a really fun part about it, it lets you grab cards from stuff exiled with Skyship Weatherlight.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it takes out the random factor. So if you're like, I'm putting every single piece of the legacy weapon in there, and I want to make sure I can tutor for something because suddenly someone's about to win, pull that out. Pull it out.
This legacy weapon artwork is interesting. I've never seen this one.
You haven't, hey? So as you can see through that list of Urza's Legacy, we've got all of the different pieces of the legacy weapon. When they all come together, we have the legacy weapon itself. A 7-drop legendary artifact. Wooburg, exile target permanent. If legacy weapon would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, reveal it and shuffle it into your library. Which is wonderful if someone's trying to destroy it. You can put it back in to be tutored back out. If you have flash, you can do it right after. And keep going if you have the mana.
It is nice it's nice that the bones of the legacy weapon can activate the legacy weapon. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You get the pieces, you get the legacy weapon, and then you can use them to activate it.
The one that I always see is I just pulled it up on the screen here. I always see the legacy weapon with Karn holding Urza's head.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense. It's a bunch of the pieces of the legacy weapon.
Yeah, we got Squeeze Toy, we got the bones.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like the other printing of it is so cool. Like just this big, like you said, that's the Yawgmoth cloud.
Yeah, he
Mm.
turns into this gaseous form and starts taking over the plane and killing so many people. And they go out and they do the thing that you do best in the face of evil, and you blast it with a frickin' laser beam.
True.
You just blast it into oblivion. And it makes me really happy. All the friends came together to conquer evil.
Yeah.
And to shoot big laser.
That's what friendship's
with
about.
The flavor text. In a single blinding flash, Yawgmoth was obliterated, and Urza could finally rest. You can see Urza in the art as well, too, with the Might Stone and Weak Stone eyes. If the closer you go into it, you can see all of the pieces of Ramos. You can see Karn's face. The further you look, the more you find in this beautiful art. Ryan really did some good work here.
Where is my squeeze toy?
Good question. I bet if you look really hard, you'll find it.
Kind of like on the right. I zoomed up pretty high.
It might be, it might be in there.
I do.
Just a gorgeous art.
Zoomed up nice and close. You can really see Yawgmoth's face in the top, which you can't really see in the art until you zoom up. But like you can see like the eyes, the big open mouth. Like it looks like Yawgmoth's trying to like grab with both hands. Very, very cool artwork zoomed up.
Yeah.
Like seeing a high detail of this would be really nice.
Yeah, it's the foiling as well too. It's hard to see, but it is one of the most gorgeous foilings on one of these old border cards.
Oh, that does look good.
And it's got like the little star at the bottom too. That's nice in foil. Beautiful card. Had to get the nice one. And it's nice and cheap for you guys. So if you're building a Sisay deck, splurge the extra 35 cents. Get yourself the nice old birder version.
I'm gonna be honest, Emery. I don't think 35 cents is the budget breaker in this deck. I don't think that's the one that's holding people back.
Treat yourself. An extra 35 cents added into the deck.
Splurge. 35 cents, you get the nice foil. $1,600, you get the Mox Diamond. What are we talking about?
It might round it out to a good $2,000, you know? Treat yourself.
I like it. We have our Mind Stone. Oh, go ahead.
It's beautiful to have all of these pieces connect to the legacy weapon. Unfortunately, though, paying Wooburg to exile a permanent, maybe not the most ideal thing, especially if you're paying 7 to grab it. But we also have the rest of the legacy weapon, which is just good artifacts to help you with things. So underneath Mind Stone,
really quick, is the Mind Stone part of it? I didn't know that.
It absolutely is. Yep, the Mind Stone is a part of the legacy weapon as well too.
That's pretty cool.
Beautiful art. Again, another one of those pieces. The further you look into it and you really see all of the details, you appreciate it more. We have more of the pieces of Ramos. Sky Shaper, again, is a piece of the legacy weapon as well, too. And it's pretty good tech for the actual deck as well, too. To sack it, all creatures you control gain flying till end of turn. Because we don't have a lot of flying, it's a really good way to just be like, oh, well, if I really need to block or I really need to get over my opponents with flying, Sky Shaper is perfect for it.
I know I sound like a broken record, but this is a different drawing of Karn again.
A different drawing of Karn again. And you can't see his abs in this, unfortunately.
Oh,
but
they're there.
With how built his arms are, you know that they're there. Yeah. He's holding that thing up. I believe that's the artifact that actually makes the ship fly.
That's cool.
It'll get us to the portal, but I can't guarantee what it'll do to the ship. So it helps you get through space, I believe. Sky Shaper. So it lets you have your creatures fly. It's really nice to have if you're actually building a board and you want to do some damage. You want to talk about Squeeze Toy?
I was going to say, I'm obviously going to take the next card. It's Squeeze Toy. Squeeze Toy has to be in the deck, obviously, like you said, part of the legacy weapon. But one of the cutest artworks, I love Squeeze Toy. And like you said, the Sphere of Salvation is such a silly thing for it to be his toy. One colorless mana. It's an artifact. You tap, prevent 1 damage to any creature. It's kind of fun. As the horrors closed in on Gerard, Squee trembled and clutched his toy for comfort. He didn't know where it came from or why it was so warm, but he was glad he'd kept it near.
Isn't that wholesome?
Yeah.
Little baby boy, so traumatized with his little toy, but it kept him alive forever.
I'm gonna just say this. There's more artistic consistency in Squeeze Toy than there is in Karn.
100%. Squeeze Toy looks almost the exact same in every iteration.
Right?
Yep.
I love Squeeze Toy. It's very cute.
It's very cute. And it's a pretty good thing to prevent a damage. If something is just pinging one creature that you really don't want dead, after all, why not? Is it the thing that is going to make or break the deck? No. but it's what makes or breaks my heart.
True.
You know, you got to keep it in. You got to keep it in.
Do you want to take the Mightstone and Weakstone?
I think Slothy should actually take this one.
Sure. Yeah, so this is the other half of the meld with Lord Protector. Mightstone and Weakstone, it's a 5-mana legendary artifact Power Stone. When it enters the battlefield, choose one. Draw 2 cards. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. Or add double colorless, and this mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells.
That'd honestly be really good in the Leonardo deck I built that like blinks the artifact and creatures.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I think you should. Yeah, the ETB is great for this. Getting to choose the option is awesome. It also has the Power Stone ability as well too, but it doesn't come in tapped, which is nice. So, it's just great tech to have, but it also will let you meld with the Urza, and the melded Urza is just so great to have in the deck.
It's bonkers,
and flavor. Yeah, and flavor. And also, those pieces, the Might and the Weakstone, became Urza's Eyes, became part of the legacy weapon. So we have to have them.
Big part of the lore when they were fighting.
Big part of the lore. The entire reason that him and his brother did not have a good upbringing. They fought so much because of those 2 little rocks.
The next one I didn't know either. I didn't know this was part of the legacy weapon. It's in the artwork, so it makes sense. The Touchstone. Yeah, 2 colorless. Tap target artifact you do not control. 1 touch to the stone, and the Sidar's sun turned from stalwart to statue.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a crazy thing to think of, like, oh, this 2-drop artifact that taps an artifact you don't control is such an integral part to this thing that defeats evil. But it sure does. It's actually a really nice ability to have, to tap down an artifact that taps to do something bad. It also works for artifact creatures, so if somebody is going to swing at you with something really big and beefy, which happens quite often, you can tap target artifact you don't control. You can also, like, if you had something that you changed the deck for and you made something an artifact, you could tap down their commander if it's attacking you and they're playing Voltron. It's like a decent piece of tech considering it's a bit middling, you know?
But it's fun. It's fun. It goes through a story. Like I'm sitting here reading all these flavor texts. I'm like, oh, that was a great spot. Oh, that was the Weatherlight. Oh, that's this. Like I like it.
Yeah, it makes me really happy to play it too. And it's fun if you get to tap somebody's Soul Ring if they are really early on in the game and they're going ahead of everybody on the person before them's end step or on their upkeep or whatever. You just tap it down right after they've untapped it.
Yeah.
Makes me happy.
This is it's a very cool deck.
Yeah, it has 1 single win con. I guess 2 if you consider it. And the win con is friendship.
Okay, all right.
The finisher is the last 2 to look at here. The finisher of the deck is the 2 things that could actually consider you to be able to win the game. We have Beast of Burden, of course. He gets bigger based off how many creatures you have. And again, look at that art of Karn.
True.
Look at that, man. Where's the abs?
Yeah, right.
Where'd they put him? Where'd they put him? He, like, the shoulder things are gone. It's such an interesting thing to see Karn before Karn existed as a card.
Yeah, if it's meant to be nothing but a machine, Karn finally asked Joyra, why did Urza build it to be like me?
Isn't that sad?
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah, womp, womp. The poor boy. The poor boy. But it's a wonderful card again, because the deck doesn't do a whole lot of combat stuff. Just making a big creature, an artifact creature that you can attack with, buff. It's really wonderful to have something that does that. And then, of course, with the recent unbanning of Coalition Victory, that is our numero uno way to win the game. That is why we have to keep all of the black pips, all of the red pips in like a specific amount. Mm-hmm. So we have to have things like Urtai, Slimefoot, and Squee are necessity in this. If I just ran Slimefoot, I might not be able to get all of those colors. It's integral to be able to have something like Coalition Victory to have a win if you have a dirtily deck. And this, to me, is the only deck that I would run Coalition Victory in.
Yeah.
Because it feels right.
You have
it's all of your friends coming together. Basics?
Yeah, do you have any basics in your deck?
You know, it's funny.
I don't think
Didn't
you
put
do.
them in.
Yeah, I think you need a basic of each type for it.
However, the dual lands work for that.
But are they a basic land type? I don't know about this.
Swamp and forest are basic land types.
That's okay. All right,
it's not a basic land, but it's got basic land typing.
Basic land type. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like this deck.
That is why domain works so well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we have all of the lands as well too. We have the artifact lands to make that work. But having cards of each different color is very important for that. But winning with Coalition Victory, when you've been grueling through trying to get random artifacts and you finally get pieces to come together and make it work, and you can win with Coalition Victory, that's an earned Coalition Victory win.
Oh, we also we did miss your Thanos section too.
The single Thanos?
Yeah, Thanos versus Apprentice. It just the ability to copy target activated or trigger ability from artifacts. That's good in this deck. You have a lot of those.
We have a lot of those. And I will have to mention, we are missing, and some people at home might notice this, we are missing one piece of the legacy weapon in this deck. Do you know what it is?
One piece of the legacy weapon.
We are missing one single piece of the legacy weapon. This deck is a ruse.
I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna go look at the legacy weapon artwork and see if I can find it. Let me see. Well, we got the bones, we got the sword, we got the touchstone, we got the...
It is a card that arguably turns off a lot of the deck.
Is it the Null Rod?
It's the Null Rod.
Yeah,
the Null Rod is a part of the legacy weapon, and it's in the sideboard. It is up to, if somebody wants to build this deck, it's up to you if you want to put that in. I keep it in my sideboard, so if I want to put it in and have a bit more of a challenge,
there it is.
I could randomly get Null Rod.
There is the Null Rod in the bottom. I see it.
There's Null Rod in the bottom. And then I think there's one more piece in there that I was like, it's not necessary in the deck. It's in the sideboard for the deck. Depending on how difficult you want your gameplay to be, you can add them in for the pieces of the legacy weapon, but it actively makes the deck not work.
Yeah, the Null Rod, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair to not, yeah, it's...
But you can keep them in. They're in the deck. They're on the sideboard. There's no sideboards in Commander, but I think it's integral to have in the sideboard just so you can have the experiences of having all of the pieces of legacy weapon and having it turn off half of your deck.
Am I having a stroke, or is Null Rod $160?
It's $160 for Null Rod?
There's not another printing of it. I have so many Null Rods.
Give me a Null Rod. Give me an extra.
Am I having a stroke, or is that correct?
I had no idea that could be possible.
That is correct, yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to sell some cards today.
Yeah, absolutely, you should. I also had no idea it was anywhere near that. This deck is stuff that I've had for so long. Null Rod was actually in a bunch of my other decks before, until I learned that it was a part of the legacy weapon, and I was like, oh, perfect.
I have Null Rods all over in like just garbage decks that I'm like, this would be funny to be annoying. What am I doing?
Go sell them.
Yeah.
Go sell them.
Apparently.
Stop playing Null Rod. It's in the sideboard for a reason.
Oh, it's in a bunch of like collector oof style decks. They're funny. They're funny. You got to believe me.
I'm gonna play against them, and I'll believe you. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I like this deck a lot. Like I think again, I like a theme. I like something that goes through the story too, especially like that is there's a little side tangent here. I didn't know the story of Admiral Beckett Brass until I had like recently seen it, and it's the artwork. I read like the process from the artist, and it's about his mom, and like about the artist's mom, and I was like, I gotta build this deck now. Like it's a really, really, if you have time and you're interested, look at like the art process story of Admiral Beckett Brass, and I'm like, okay, well, I have to build an Admiral Beckett Brass deck now, because that's like just really, really cool. Like that's what I think is the most fun about Commander, is that it's so self-expressive, and it's like so full of like good like stories or influences. Like it just, you see a card, you think of something, there's great stories that go along with it and stuff. Maybe you're a big fan of, I don't know, Spider-Man, you want to build 30 Spider-Man decks. It's whatever it is, right? Like it's whatever inspires people to build. I just like playing Magic. And this is a very, very cool deck. Like it's top to bottom a fun deck. Like you said, you're probably not going to grab every win you can get with it, but you're going to have a lot of fun playing a deck that's like so thematic.
And you can irritate all of your friends by going off for 20 minutes about the lore.
Just clearing your throat.
Did you know? Did you know? Squeeze toy. Squeeze toy. Did you hear about it? Have you heard the word?
Yeah.
Squeeze toy. Listen, let me tell you. It makes me really happy to get to play with a theme. I know you guys really appreciate that stuff. It just makes it more fun to get to role play a little bit. That might be the dungeon master in me that sees lore and is just like, I want to be a part of that.
The other
but
thing
in this, you can.
I like seeing like a strong commander. Like Sisay is like obviously a monster commander. So I like seeing like a monster commander be used in like an interesting way instead of like Sisay shrines. And then I have other Sisay shrines. And then I have like a Sisay with Gigantha as a companion deck because why wouldn't I?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I realize that is a thing that you can do, and that's not fun. And that's the thing. I have another Sisay deck that is legendary tribal.
Yeah.
That is really, really good. I also made that a theme deck, and it's Elden Ring.
Oh, yeah.
Video game.
That is a cool one. I do like that deck.
But that deck is like, you can run any of the Wooburg commanders in the spot. It doesn't matter which one you run. It's all going to do the same thing, and it's going to be atrocious. This is something where it's like every time I play it, it's doing something a little bit different. Even when I search for all of the same things, I might not get all of those same things in the game. I might have the Weatherlight get exiled and never be able to cast those cards.
Put it in the command zone.
Way more exciting. And you know what? What we'll do next time we get together, we're going to sit down. I'm going to teach you guys how to play Joust. We are going to build some nasty, nasty brews. I'm going to bring this whatever the heck, and we'll play some rounds of Joust.
True.
Perfect.
I think that would be perfect. I can't wait to see your Ninja Turtle Joust deck.
Exactly. Channel 6 news van on the scene. Okay.
On the scene. What's your weapon?
It has to be
nunchucks.
Yeah, it has to be something silly like nunchucks.
Yeah, let's go.
And then like a commander like Laughless, just like a dragon riding a news van with nunchucks. Let's go.
You know I am so into that.
Yeah. I gotta make Bloomborough invades New York. It's just rats. Rats and mice.
See, we don't have that here in Alberta. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't
exactly.
relate.
You get it. Okay, let me hit our outro here. Where's my button? There's my button. Thank you guys for listening to this. Go follow Emery. Like I said, Emery's a delight. Go follow Emery and get Emery to make you altars because they're great and wonderful and they're beautiful. If you'd like any of these other cards, go over to housecards.ca, promo code IT99. It's going to get you a great discount. They've got just great stock, great stuff, and they do have a ton of reserve list stuff. So if you want older, expensive cards, they are a great spot for it. And wink, wink, it gives me a good discount. So other than that, if you want fancy places to put your stuff, nerdgear.ca is going to give you a good discount on your stuff if you use promo code IT99 for your playmat sanctuaries. They've got playmats. They've got like commander display trays. They've got great sleeves. I really like their sleeves. So yeah, go over there and then like, share, subscribe. It does help us out. Come over to Patreon and build decks with us. And again, just thank you so much for sharing this deck with us. I really, really appreciate it. It was a very cool deck.
It's my pleasure as always. I love talking about it.
Yeah. Now we give people the music. Bye-bye, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.